Paul Daigle from Sanborn, Iowa, the 24D to the inside of row 2, and Jeff Edwardson in the 5 from Spencer to the outside.
It'll be Josh Seidels from Emmitsburg in the 99X and Steve Wickman, the 48 out of Emmitsburg.
Fourth row, we'll see the 01G of Gavin Bussinger from Granada to the inside of the outside from Worthington, Minnesota, the 59 of Corey Grunwald, and Corey Probst from Brewster, Minnesota, the 75. Steve starts shotgun on the field.
Green flag in the air as the field works down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be your race leader, John Watson. Oh, Jimmy Johnson in the 49 up the top side, 3 wide down the back straightaway. Seidels, Wickman, and the 5 machine of Edwardson. They'll work down into turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Oh, got one around. It'll be that 4W. Watson still your leader. They'll work the field off. Everybody's going to stay clean and green. Down the back straightaway, battle for third.
Battle for third ensues off of turn number 2, and now into turn 3 and 4. Paul Daigle gets a little tight. Oh, hang on to it. Jimmy Johnson into the infield. He'll keep it going. As a forward, John Watson with your race lead. Daigle up to that second spot now, the 99. Exit Josh Seidels into third. Corey Grunwald, your top 4, and Probst down in the top 5 after starting 9th.
Down the back straightaway, Watson your leader. 24D of Paul Daigle out of Sanborn up on the top of the racetrack. 99X of Seidels down on the bottom. 3 heat races, top 4 cars redraw. Corey Grunwald out of Worthington, Minnesota. Now putting that 59 into the number 4 position. They'll look at him down the back straightaway. Watson gone. Here comes a battle for second. Ho-ho! Man, Daigle let it dangle. And when he did it, it got steppy. He gets into Seidels, and around they go. A little bit of right side romance applied.
Coming to the Seas Liquor restart zone here in turns 3 and 4. As Emmitsburg collision. Green flag flies once again. It is John Watson, the 4W car now with a race lead. Corey Grunwald sits in second. Corey Probst with a full head of steam as they work into turns 3 and 4. Grunwald on the top, Probst on the bottom. Looking for second. Grunwald will still retain it as Watson, your race leader, down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Grunwald, a little bit of contact with Probst, busting her into the top 4 now. The 01G machine. Single file around the Clay County Fair Speedway. As we work into turns 3 and 4, Watson trying to walk him here off turn number 4. As Grunwald now putting some distance between him and the 75C of Corey Probst. Bussinger was all over the back bumper for a split second of the 75C of Probst. Down into turns 3 and 4. Heat race number 1 of 3 for your Arnold Motor Supply. Here on the Masters Manufacturing Clay County Classic. Saying that 3 times fast. Presented by Emmitsburg Collision Seals or Graphics and Midwest Land Management. Watson leaving them in the dust here in that 4W machine. As we'll see the white flag from Farmer Savings Bank Fostoria out and one more time around here in heat race number 1. Watson, your race leader, down into turns 3 and 4. We'll see the big iron checkered flag out this time by Watson. Will take home heat race number 1. Grunwald in second, Probst in third. Bussinger in that 4th place spot. Followed by the 5 of Jeff Edwardson. Row 4, Darren Johnson from Dickens, Iowa, the 20J to the inside to the outside. Daniel Clinton from Esterville, Iowa in the 56C. Those are your starters for heat race number 2 for your IMCA Hobby Stocks here at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Presented by Arnold Motor Supply. Green flag is out and we're underway. Sampson looking for the race lead right off the bat. He will have it off turn 2 as Frederick looks to the inside rear quarter now, coming into turns 3 and 4. Side by side for the race lead and almost 3 wide as Sampson, they will have the top spot coming off of turn 4. Sampson will lead lap 1. Frederick a little slideways through turns 1 and 2, keeps the wheels underneath of him as they come off a turn at number 2. Jay DeVries, something remiss on the 8J cars. He'll pull it off the backstretch and regains it back on in turns 3 and 4. Frederick now being challenged by the 12K of Eric Knutson as Blake Lunenberg in the top 4 now, the 16X car. Daniel Clinton side by side with Alex Stapleton off turn number 2. Frederick to the back bumper of the 27, a little bit of bump to the back door as they're side by side for second. Now off of turn number 4, Malik Sampson, your race leader, as Knutson now to the inside of Frederick through 1 and 2. Knutson in the inside line. He'll have that number 2 spot coming into 3. Frederick still upstairs. Sampson on the brakes and gas again, trying to get the car to rotate in 3 and 4. Knutson with a run. He'll have the number 2 spot off of 4. Frederick battles back and sliding into turns 1 and 2, trying to carry the momentum. That'll do a little harm, and Dale will have the second spot. Knutson will. And it turns 3 and 4. Knutson now looks to the inside rear quarter of the 27 of Sampson. Sampson tries to pinch him down, coming off a turn 4. Battle for the race lead as we work down into turns 1 and 2. Top 4 cars break away as Blake Lunenberg is there now to the back of the 83X of Frederick. Knutson looks to the inside once again into turns 3 and 4. Sampson with the advantage on the high side as a little bit of a bobble with 2 to go this time by. Sampson still your race leader. Knutson underneath of Sampson that time off turn 2. He's got the run. Here comes Frederick right along with him. Sampson back to the 2 spot as Frederick down low. Sampson will think about splitting the difference here off of turn number 4. White flag in the air. Farmer Saving Bank of Astoria as Knutson, your race leader, down to around the bottom of turns 1 and 2. Lunenberg trying to dive in the corner to get a run on Frederick. Nothing doing. Knutson in the race lead and into turns 3 and 4. Big iron checkered flag will fly this time by as Sampson tries the bottom. Nothing doing. Knutson will pick up the heat race win. Sampson in second. Frederick in third. Lunenberg in that 4th place spot. And Daniel Clinton with a top 5.
Green flag out the racetrack. Final hobby stock heat race of the night. Down the front straightaway. Look out. Got them all tangoed, wangoed back there in the back. Going to be a breakaway up front. Drew Bargloff to the race lead. They're still trying to crash back there on the back. Got one up over the top of turn number 2. Bargloff, your race leader. Brandon Nielsen working second. Will stay green. Logan there in the 24. That's Jesse Logan down there with Dylan Nelson. Now look at this, the T8 of Brandon Nielsen to the race lead. Nielsen and Bargloff 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, look at the 87 of John Briggs. Working on in. Nielsen followed by Bargloff, Nelson, and Briggs. That's your top 4 redraw cars. Oh, that car crossed up in front of your leader. He'll get her working. Bargloff going to get around the lap traffic along with Nelson. That 13 car, 13K of Kyle Kiner up on the top of the racetrack. He was one of them. It was that car that drove up over the top last time. Field of work down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It will be the T8 of Nielsen, your race leader. Dylan Nelson gonna look to the top of the racetrack, trying to make something happen. Watch him down the front straightaway. It'll be Bargloff on up front. Bargloff on the bottom, Nelson on the top side. They'll work him on in to turns number 3 and 4. Still gonna be your race leader on out front. Green high to the air, 2 to go, Nielsen. White flag out, your Farmer Saving Bank of Astoria. White flag's out, battle for second. Bargloff down there. They'll hurry on down the back straightaway. Checkers out, big iron checkered for Nielsen, Nelson, Bargloff, and Briggs.
As they come into turns 3 and 4, your Arnold Motor Supply Hobby Stocks out on the racetrack. They will be given the sign green time next time by. Ladies and gentlemen, up on your feet. They're going to come out fighting when the bell rings. Ladies and gents, these are your wild things, your Arnold Motor Supply IMCA Hobby Stocks. In the apex of 3 and 4, they come. Green flag is out, and we are underway. Corey Gronwald, a 59 car, Down syndrome awareness car. Will lead him early on here in turns 1 and 2. Lunenburg right behind him. Briggs and Nielsen and Malik Sampson, your top 5. As Corey Gronwald, your race leader, into turns 3 and 4. Lunenburg looking underneath as John Briggs behind them. The John Watson, the 4W, looking for a position 2x2 here in the top 10.
Just like the start of this one, they're still side by side and paired up, getting down into turn number 1. Lunenburg, Lunenburg got in there. He got pitched around. Hang on. We've got them all stacked up in a big pile up in turn number 1 and 2. Oh, man, Lunenburg got her in there, got the nose pinched around, and, well, parking lot ensued. Field working down the back straightaway. 59, Corey Gronwald out of Worthington, Minnesota, your race leader. Nielsen there in second, down on the inside row. They'll bring him to the green flag. It's up, it's out, here we go. On down into turn number 1 and 2. Nielsen gonna drive to the bottom of the racetrack. It'll be Grunwald up 2 car lengths off the bottom. John Watson, John Briggs side by side. Down the back straightaway they go. Brandon Nielsen looking for the lead.
Brandon Nielsen won last time here at the Clay County Fair Speedway. Would like to make it 2 in a row as he grabs a lead from Corey Gronwald. John Briggs and John Watson doing side-by-side battle. So is Frederick and Sampson right behind them. Gavin Bussinger trying to find something around the top side of the racetrack as he is on the move there in the 01G machine. Nielsen, clean air out in front of him, puts some distance back between him and Gronwald and Briggs as they come to call around the top side now in turns 3 and 4. Corey Probst, the 75C car, on the move.
Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Briggs got the boys held at bay. John Briggs in the 87 got Malik Sampson. John Watson, the 83 of Frederick right there. Here comes Probst on the outside. Field of work down into turn number 3 and 4. Big time battle back there for 5, 6, 7, and 8. Oh, troubles that get together down the front straightaway. Man, Frederick, Probst, and Nelson all together. Here comes the 12K of Eric Knutson.
Eric Knutson going to put it 3 wide now into turns 3 and 4. Thinks better of it. Backs off the gas on the brake. Back on the gas again. Gets a car to rotate. Meanwhile, Brandon Nielsen leaving the rest of the competition in the dust as Watson and Sampson are still side by side through turns 1 and 2. Fredericks right there. Here comes Nelson on the top side of the 13N car. Watson will pull ahead of Sampson, and a full head of steam now into turns 3 and 4.
Look at this, Malik Sampson to 27, to 13N of Nelson. Old chicken fried there. John Watson also there. Dylan Nelson out of Adel, Iowa right there. Seeing Fredericks in the 83 to the bottom. The 12 of Knutson. The 01 machine of Bussinger. They'll make that way back into turn number 3 and 4. Nielsen, your leader, but look at the battle for 6 on back.
It is a tight one as they come down the front stretch now into turns 1 and 2. Frederick and Nelson side by side, 3 wide. Bussinger still married to the top side as he's trying to pick up some momentum. He'll pull it 3 wide with Knutson, as well as Sampson now down into turns 3 and 4. Frederick and Nelson side by side in front of them as Frederick now to the back bumper, the 4W of Watson.
On down the front straightaway, the 01 up on the outside. Watch it, orange 01, yellow's out. Caution is out on the racetrack. Leave something over on the east end of the racetrack. Oh yeah, there is something on the east end of the racetrack. It's a car. The 13 car out there of Kiner. I had to pace you into the racetrack. Exactly. Speaking of pacing, we're pacing ourselves to the green flag going off. Looking for the C's Liquor restart zone, the green flag to come back out. Working on into turn number 3 and 4. It's up. Here we go. On down the front straightaway, it's going to be Nielsen leading the brigade on down into turn number 1. Grunwald right there in the number 2 spot. Here's the 87 of John Briggs back on the outside. Look at that 01G of Bussinger. Bussinger up on the outside trying to make a lane all to himself. Briggs right there. There's still 3 wide. Watson, Grunwald. Down the front straightaway, it's on like Donkey Kong.
As Brandon Nielsen trying to go 2 for 2 here at the Clay County Fair Speedway. John Briggs to his outside is looking, and like you said, Jerry, Bussinger in the 01G car trying to find some momentum on the top side. Watson to the inside of Grunwald for that 3rd and 4th place spot, as Briggs still challenging for the race lead as they come off of turn number 4. Thunder down the front stretch and now into turns 1 and 2. Nielsen to the bottom, Briggs a half a lane higher. Bussinger still carrying around on the top side as John Briggs now with the advantage off of turn 2, but Nielsen says, you're going to have to earn it as you come into turns 3 and 4.
Field of work gone down. John Briggs, the 87, working off of 4. Boom, bang, got him. John Briggs will ring him up. John Briggs out of Cherokee, called Sutherland, Iowa home for years. Moved her to the big city. He'll take the lead down the back straightaway. The mayor, John Watson, from Des Moines, gonna work down on the bottom of the racetrack. Nielsen back upstairs.
As Nielsen tries to find some momentum now off of turn number 4 and into turns 1 and 2. They'll work him on down through 1 and 2. Watson, Nielsen shuffled back to 3rd now as Watson up to 2nd. Grunwald, Gavin Bussinger still using the high line, trying to get to the outside of Corey Grunwald as they come off of 3 and 4.
Down the front straightaway, Nielsen, Grunwald, Bussinger up on the top, everybody else on the bottom. They'll thunder the herd down off of the east end of the racetrack. John Briggs still your race leader. Watson's coming to call. John Watson from Des Moines downstairs on the bottom. Briggs your leader. They thunder the front straightaway. Laps winding down to this one.
As they work into turns 1 and 2. It is Watson around T8 of Nielsen. Gavin Bussinger, he's into the top 5 now in the 01G. Caution flag comes out as we've got the 99 sitting the wrong way on a one-way.
Caution flag out for the 99 of Jay Seidels. Just as the caution comes out, car is able to move. Next time to the green flag, they'll come to the C's Liquor restart zone. Be looking for that green flag, the Emmetsburg Collision green flag right now. It comes to the air. Off of turn number 4, John Briggs. John Watson's got to run to the inside. Watson downstairs, Briggs on the outside. Nielsen, here comes Bussinger. Now the battle for the lead down the back straightaway. John Watson gonna bring it numbers deep down into turn number 3 and 4.
As they work into turns 3 and 4, Briggs back on the top side of the racetrack. He'll still have the race lead at the flag stand, but Watson is a-coming. Watson down to the bottom side of the racetrack, Briggs through the middle. Bussinger still up top as he's looking for a run on Brandon Nielsen for that 4th place position. Watson into turn 3 now on the bottom side of the racetrack. Briggs still through the middle. Bussinger finding the moisture up top and will bring Frederick right along with him. Green flag high in the air, 2 laps to go.
2 to go, John Briggs trying to hold on. He'll hold serve up on the top. John Watson, now Watson's got to run. John Watson gonna power down the back straightaway. John Briggs back to 2nd. Dylan Nelson coming to 3rd. It is your Farmers Savings Bank of Fostoria, white flag in the air, 1 to go. Look out down the front straightaway, big wreck on the front chute. Hang on, we got them stacked up down the front straightaway.
Tire off the right front of the 83X of Frederick. As a red flag will come out. Hard wreck on the front stretch.
Frederick Grunwald got together coming off of turn number 4, made violent contact with the outside retaining wall. Grunwald moving around to the car. The 83 of Frederick. Justin Frederick at a Cleghorn moving around, talking to the officials as they came up to the car. They'll check on him. John Briggs running 2nd, Dylan Nelson. And the 01G right there in the 4th spot. That, of course, is Gavin Bussinger out of Grenada, Minnesota. Excuse me. Here we go. Green's up. Bussinger gonna go right to the top, gonna rip the lip. Watson and Briggs, John and John working for the lead. White flag will be coming out this time.
As they come into turns 3 and 4, Bussinger on the top side. Nelson now makes it a 3-car battle for the race lead as Watson will take the white. One more time around Nelson. Bussinger still on the top side looking for something off turn number 2.
Oh, Nelson gets into the back with a bump to the rump to Watson. Down the back straightaway, John Watson. Your leader, Dylan Nelson, gonna go to the outside. Bussinger way up top. Off of turn number 4. Checkers out. Dylan Nelson. Watson, Bussinger, and Briggs, your top 4.
For their feature coming up next, we're going to send it down to Jerry Van Sickle to get some words from Nelson.
Well, hi, Dylan. Nice run.
Thanks, Jerry.
Tell you what, with that 2 to go, we get a red, and then there's a little bit of, it was just get on the bottom and get up the field, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot of follow, try to just go where they're not, because they're braking and hitting, and it's just trying to keep momentum up. And the car, the guy, I don't know, he restarted 2nd. He was, kept running in the middle, and that's where I wanted to be. And then he followed John and just rolled it right around and just hooked up. It's awesome.
What do you think? Big money win tonight.
Yeah, makes the drive worth it. I got to thank Brad and Monica for bringing my truck and trailer up here. I'm up here for work, so couldn't have done it without them. Couldn't have done it without all my sponsors, all the track crew, and everybody that puts this deal on. This is really sweet, so I hope more tracks follow suit. You know, I like the big money stuff, so.
Well, yeah, you like big money when you win, right?
Of course.
All right, how about it, Dylan Nelson in victory lane?